Hello everyone, Lucas here, and today I am bringing a video once again about the PlayStation VR. Now, last time I did a PlayStation VR video, it was about stuff that I wasn't very impressed with, and today I'm a little bit sort of half-half on what I've got to say today. I'm not overly joyed about it, I'm not really unhappy about it either. It's not a terrible thing, so to speak. Now, what has popped up in the news today is that Sony have announced that they are releasing a new model of the PlayStation VR. Now, if you see that, maybe if you're like me and you have the current model of PlayStation VR, your heart sinks when you see something like that 12 months after you shelled out $550 just for the unit. So I saw that and I thought, wow, I've got to do some investigating here and see if Sony have sent us any official comments about it. Not as yet, so I've just done some research on the internet. It's probably not something to lose your minds about just yet, because it's not a massive upgrade, and that's something that made me feel a little bit better, because if it was going to be a huge upgrade, I was going to be pretty pissed off, because it was only, well, just going on a year ago that I paid for this one. But anyway, so what's changed is that they're integrating a set of headphones to the PlayStation VR unit itself. Currently, on the cable that runs off of the PlayStation VR unit, you've got this little control arm here. It's kind of similar to what you would have on a set of earbuds for a mobile phone. You've got a little volume up and down switch and a mic mute button. And on the side of it there is a little 3.5mm headphone jack, which means there are no headphones, there's no speakers or anything like that built into the PlayStation VR, but you can plug any kind of headphones into this you like, and the system here will do the 3D surround sound processing for you into your two output headphones. What am I trying to say here? Your stereo headphones. Which I thought was a really good design, because I can use my PlayStation headphones, I can use phone earbuds, I can use just about any set of headphones that'll go into my ear or over the top of the actual unit. So now what they're doing with the newer model is that it's going to be integrated into the headband around here. I'll put a photo up on screen so you can see what the design is. So the headphones are going to be integrated into the actual PlayStation VR unit now. The big question I haven't been able to answer as yet, and I'll reach out to Sony and see what answers I can get, but is this portion of the PlayStation VR cable going to still be there with this input, or am I going to be forced to use the little tiny earbuds that are integrated into the headset? Because I would be disappointed if they took away the ability to use whatever set of headphones you like. You might find them particularly comfortable to wear over the ear, as opposed to sticking the earbuds in your ear, because I know the type that the new PlayStation VR have integrated, I don't like using those earbuds. I hate those, the ones that actually go into your ear. I'm not a big fan. So I'd like it if they kept that on there, if they are integrating, and you could override by putting it into the 3.5mm headphone jack. So I'm not too sure if that's the case, but if I do get more information, I'll either do an updated video or I'll put some comments down below. Now, the second thing that's changing, and the last thing that's changing, is the processor box that comes along with the PlayStation VR, that VR plugs into, and then it plugs into your PlayStation 4. That's getting an upgrade. I've got no information as to if it's changing its looks or design, but the information I do have is that it will now allow HDR pass-through. With the current PlayStation VR, which I think is a massive oversight by Sony, is it didn't support HDR pass-through, which is strange because they were only just starting to integrate HDR into their PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro. So both models had the HDR output, but if you had a PlayStation VR and you wanted to use HDR, you had to disconnect the PlayStation VR to get the HDR signal to go through to your TV, which I thought was very silly. But anyway, this new model that's coming out soon is going to be compatible with HDR. Now, I also have a little bit more information in saying that the new box that is compatible with HDR pass-through will not work with the current PlayStation or the old PlayStation VR. So if you are thinking, oh well, I'll just see if I can purchase myself one of these little processor boxes to use with my old PlayStation VR, don't do that, because that won't work and you'll be sorely disappointed. So there we go, just recapping, there's a new PlayStation VR being released nearly 12 months after the initial release of PlayStation VR. It's going to have integrated headphones now. We're not too sure if it's going to allow you to use your own still, which I think is a big decision there. I hope that still remains. And there's HDR pass-through coming through in the new processing unit for PlayStation VR. So I'll get back to you if I get any more information on this one. One quick little last thing. The new PlayStation VR is going to be released in Japan, October 14. For the rest of the world, and including Australia, undisclosed as yet, so we'll find out shortly, but it's probably just around the corner. If you've got anything to add or you've got more information, let us know. Other than that, that's all I've got to say. Until my next video, I'll see ya!